Hey everyone, my name is Tegan and welcome back to TandeWrites, where today we're going to be reflecting on my past 3 months in the querying trenches. It feels like it's been so much longer. So for reference, I am filming this May 2nd, so I just completed my 3 months. Don't know when you'll be seeing this, hopefully not too long after. But I think I said last time that I wanted to, not set out any more queries. I've accepted my fate. I've said, this genre is not wanted right now. I'm just going to let the queries I've sent out run their course, and I'll move on with my plan to self-publish. However, I can't take no for an answer, so I sent out more queries. Because at first I've been focusing on people who were accepting queries through Query Tracker, and I thought, there's a whole missed market here of people who I've not sent emails to. And for all these email people, I did go through their manuscript wishlist in detail, and suddenly it's the email people who all want YA contemporary. And they were also all British as well, which is quite fun, because this very British humour, I hope they understand me. And it's not like I would say no to a non-British agent. I think for this story in particular, if, in a dream world, if I want someone who gets it fully, British. So that meant I sent a total of 86 queries. I now have accepted defeat, and I'm up to 44 rejections, so 42 outstanding queries. And it is still all rejections. So this month it was a lot. I received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 rejections. And I had a day where I had 4 or 5 come on the same day, and that was like getting shot each time. Also, I'm still recovering from a cold. The actual cold's gone, but I have a blocked eustachian tube, which means I can't hear out of one ear. And sometimes I can't talk properly, so sorry if that is coming across in my delivery today. I also got new tattoos. By the time this comes out, I would have filmed a lot of videos that you can see them in, but we're having a little chat today. So yeah, we're up to a 51.2% rejection rate, and I'm still having a similar issue where people say if you get a lot of rejections, you've got to go through your feedback from the rejections and revamp your query materials, change your query letter, things like that. But I'm still having the case where none of my rejections are personalised. So there's no feedback there. And also none of them point out, none of them are or very few of them are I don't connect with the voice, don't connect with the characters, don't connect with the themes. They're all predominantly, this isn't a good fit for me at the time. Which for me means the people don't want YA contemporary. Which again I knew. So I have, my beloved baby, as much as I wanted her, I wanted her to go out and have a full life in traditional publishing. But getting the agent is just the first hurdle. Query Tracker thinks that something like 1 in 50 people get an agent based off their stats. So there's, a 5% chance you'll get an agent. But then when you get an agent, you rework the book again, then the agent sends it out to editors. And that is another 1 in 50 chance. So my thing is if an agent doesn't want YA contemporary, I don't think the editors do right now, based off what I've heard from the agents on TikTok, my beloved Alice SH, my Gina Denny, or my other agent or publishing adjacent people. Because again, it's a case of separating the book, the baby that you wrote, and the thing that you were trying to sell. Because as much as this story, writing this was a labour of love, but selling it is a whole different thing. I got to separate this is my baby, but I'm selling a product now, not my child. So it's okay. Very small chance of getting an agent, and then you go on to having a different very small chance of it going out in submission and for editors to want it. And I think it's very easy to be scrolling Twitter and see all the people who I follow in bookish spaces who are going out and getting their agents and getting their publishing deals. And a lot of them I only follow after they've got the publishing deal, so I want to follow the book. So then it has this very warped perception on my feed of oh my god, everyone's getting an agent, everyone's getting book deals. When in reality, it's not. It's a 1 in 50 to 1 in 100 chance of getting an agent, and then moving on to the next step. This time, when I say I'm going to stop sending queries and let the ones I have out in the world just do their thing, I mean it. Also, some of these weren't rejections. I did go through my first batch or my first 2 batches of queries, and I went through and put a no response because some of them were way over the response period, which I knew. Because I thought, okay, it says they're going to reply in 8 weeks, but if I leave it 10 to 12 weeks before following up, maybe they'll want it, things like that. So I'll leave it as long as possible before I admit defeat on individual queries. And there's 1 or 2 where they are way past the response timeline, but the agent has specified that if they are past the response timeline, you can nudge them to get them to actually look at it. And query tracker is so frustrating in general because you have agents who say no response means a pass, but then you go through and they do actually reject specific people. And then I sit down and I think, like, if you reject specific people, should I wait until you actually reject me? Or do I keep waiting until I admit defeat? It's very hard. There's a game. It's a game and I don't like it. But ultimately, I think the most recent queries I've sent, there's still like a 12-week deadline. So that means I should get my last response. So I will be done querying by... We just finished May. End of July, I will know this book's fate. And like, I'm pretty confident that the fate is going to be no agent because, as we've established, people don't want this genre right now. The market isn't demanding. The market is very heavily romancy, fantasy, horror. And it's fine, because that's what I want to write next. But end of July, and then I think this book just needs another... To go ahead with the self-publishing route, it obviously needs a proofreader, and it probably needs like 1 more round of edits and more beta reader feedback. But I think that's something I can do very quickly. So because that's like things I'm kind of just working on now to keep myself occupied, because I can't admit that, when the book's done, it's done. So if I get my last, or I know for certain that this book won't be getting me an agent by end of July, realistically I could have it self-published in August. Which is fun because the book is called There Will Be Other Summers. It's about summer. About summer. The book opens in May, and as I'm filming this on May 2nd, I'm feeling very, this book right now. Because like, hey, I'm in the timeline. And the key event in the book takes place August 31st, and then the final few chapters creep into September. So it's like, I could release this book in the actual book storyline. Like, I could release this to August, September, because I think that's just a fun thing to do. Like, I love when books are released in the season or the month that they're written about. And I'm just rambling now. But I'm like, hey, like, this book, it's gonna come out any way. Somehow it's gonna come out in the world. And also, as we've entered the new month, I decided to commit to start writing my next project, which is tentatively titled If the Fates Allow, which is a book title I got from my Owl Crate box. I think the one that had threads that bind in is one of the Greek mythology ones. Because every now and then Owl Crate releases a box title that is like really pretty banger, and I think that'd be a great book title. And there's also one called Some Kind of Monster, which is a title I love. But If the Fates Allow is like the tentative title of my current project. It's about 6 students in a magical art school who stay in their boarding school over winter break when they're all alone, and they summon a god in summary to help them with their art homework, but it goes terribly, terribly wrong. And I keep pitching it like it's going to be like a fun light story. It's not. There'll probably be some kind of possession in there. But this is an idea I originally had when I learned about, I say, the myth of Galatea. She's not the myth at all. She has like a 1-sentence throw I may mention in the myth. It's about, is he called like Pygmalion? Something like that. He's got a P name. He's an artist who like carves a statue and he loves it so much he brings it to life. And I was like enraptured by that concept because I thought, oh my god, statue come to life. Like, as an art student, all these things are fascinating to me. But if you think about that in the modern context, like, a man has just created a woman and she now belongs to him. That's like the premise for a horror story. And then Madeline Miller came out with her Galatea short story, which, fell into the horror story side rather than the romance. And I loved it. So I've had like a Galatea idea in my mind for a while now. And I thought, okay, obviously there's got to be a group of art students. So one of them will have like statue powers, and they will have like different art-related powers. And there has to be some kind of sacrifice. But yeah, as we are in a new month, I thought, let's commit to this project. I'm going to give myself a full 12 months, like I did for the big draft of this book.